right, thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks, Jennifer.
As you see in the bottom of our screen, we're having
to come in and make that announcement around 7 o'clock this morning. But one gentleman who's been staying true all night long is the director of the EOC, Chip Patterson. Chip, you were waiting for an update at 5 o'clock from the Hurricane Center. What did you find out, and how has that affected things here in Jacksonville?
Well, Hurricane Floyd is still Category 4 hurricane, very strong, almost Category 5. The official forecast track with this advisory still has it coming up our coastline, raking the coast with hurricane-force winds. Really just validates the things that we're talking about this morning. To finalize your hurricane preparedness efforts, if folks are listening at home, rush those to completion to be ready for an evacuation order if warranted later this morning.
I was asking you this morning, how far inland should you board up? We've seen a lot of folks heading over to stores like Home Depot and Lowe's to get this wood. Is it really necessary? And if so, how far inland do you think these winds are going to reach?
Done properly, boarding up a window can be able to help protect a home from the wind effect.
We're actually talking about if you could, especially if you lived at the beach, pack last night. Don't wait till this morning to pack and get ready to go. When the order is given, hopefully they're ready to get out then.
That's exactly right, Joyce. And for myself, also live out at the beach. I tried to take care of all arrangements that I could last night just so that we can make today a very stress-free, panic-free day as much as possible. Sounds so easy to say, but, I mean, we truly need to be in that mental state, make sure we have everything done so we're just ready to go if needed.
Thanks, Heather.
And now we're going to go to Candace Coleman. She is live out on the, where are you, Candace? Out on the south side.
She's at Regency, and you're at a building supply store. You're at Lowe's. What are you finding out early this morning?
It is an emergency situation, Joe and Joyce. We're at Lowe's at Regency Square. They have sold out in the last 24 hours of many important essentials. Now, we know we're going to feel the effects of Floyd if you've been waiting to stock up. Please do not wait any longer. Joining us right now is Chris Boone, the assistant manager here at Lowe's. Good morning.
Hi, Candace.
And before you tell us what we should buy, tell us what you are sold out on.
We're presently sold out of plywood, first aid kits, and basically all the mounting hardware for plywood.
Okay. Now, how long will you be getting trucks in?
Periodically. We're not guaranteeing any times. We don't know what time they're coming in, but our strategy center has sent stuff out to us.
Real quickly, what do you have in stock that you can help us with?
Plenty of D-cell batteries, plenty of C batteries, plenty of flashlights, plenty of basic chainsaw steel, bar lube, everything basically you need just to stay safe.
Okay, and coming up in the next half an hour, we're going to review all of the items that you're going to need. For now, we are live at Lowe's in Regency Square. I'm Candace Coleman.
And because of the hurricane, many classes have been canceled. Here's a look at the school systems that are closed right now.
Now, all public schools in Duval, St. Johns, Clay, Nassau, and Flagler counties are going to be closed today and Wednesday, as well as Camden County schools up in Georgia. All Catholic schools in Duval County are also going to be closed today and Wednesday. Putnam County schools will be closed today and Wednesday. Bradford County schools will be closed today. Jacksonville University, the University of North Florida, and FCCJ have canceled their classes for today and for tomorrow. And Southside United Methodist Preschool will be closed today and Wednesday as well. And S.A. Hull Preschool Kindergarten will be closed today and tomorrow.
Well, as we've been telling you all morning, the Emergency Operations Center in downtown Jacksonville is standing by, prepared for Hurricane Floyd.
Also standing by is News Channel 4's Jim Murphy. He joins us now live with more. Jim?
That's right, Joe, where they're keeping a close eye on Hurricane Floyd here at the Emergency Operations Center downtown. Joining us now live is the director of the EOC, Chip Patterson. I know you were taking a look at the situation this morning, trying to get the latest information. A lot of people are wondering if and when, especially the people at the beaches, will be told to leave. What's the latest on that situation?
We've been looking at the latest information on Hurricane Floyd. There's a 5 o'clock advisory came out. It still has Hurricane Floyd as strong Category 4. Almost Category 5 hurricane, a very serious storm approaching Florida. It is something that folks can anticipate having some information, a message coming out around 7 o'clock. I would anticipate that message being some sort of evacuation order. This is a word to the wise to rush your preparations to completion at this point and to be prepared for that.
One thing that we've been hearing a lot about are the beaches. Certainly everybody understands that the beaches most likely will be told to evacuate, but you also hear the term "and low-lying areas." What areas are those? What areas of Jacksonville are we talking about when we say low-lying areas?
Generally, it's It's the storm surge areas along the St. Johns River and its tributaries, and it's those areas that would be flooded by the storm surge that would be brought by a passing hurricane. Some other terms that you'll hear, if I might just go a little further, is that you would expect to hear mobile and manufactured housing, primarily because of the wind effects, and those with special medical needs, but you've been hearing that already. So what you're seeing is some sort of phased approach to it and trying to get folks out of harm's way, and people need to take heed.
When I did check upstairs, I believe you were still studying the information that's been coming out, but the first thing I heard up there was, well, it looks like it's beginning to turn. Will it turn enough? I mean, with the size of this storm, what would you say the situation is going to be like for us?
You know, that's the $64,000 question, is where is that turn happening? The National Weather Service, National Hurricane Center communicates to us that it will turn. What's important to us is where within that cycle is it? And it is starting to see some features of the turn. Their official forecast currently has this storm bringing hurricane force winds on our coast throughout sometime tomorrow.
Okay, Chip Patterson, thank you very much. We'll let you get back to work here at the Emergency Operations Center. That is the latest information. Again, an evacuation order, if it does come, will probably come sometime this morning, could be as early as 7 a.m. We're live at the Emergency Operations Center. I'm Jim Murphy.
To get the latest information on Hurricane Floyd, you can call our News Channel 4 Hurricane Hotline number there on your screen. It's 393-9878. Again, 393-9878.
Coming up, Doug's complete forecast. Plus, we'll show you how Brevard County residents are bracing for Hurricane Floyd.
And Mayport is shipping out just in case that storm stirs up things too much in our area. Stay with us for continued Hurricane Floyd coverage. 74 degrees currently outside at 5:11.
Tired of waiting for money from a structured settlement? Settlement Capital will buy
as to where this hurricane is and where it's probably going to go. Keep yourself tuned. Our 12 News Storm Track team will be watching every move of this powerful hurricane, and we'll be bringing you regular reports around the clock. So stay tuned to 12 News, your First Coast news leader.
Niners are pretty much the same.
Just a little bit, and a little bit that you're talking about, that we're talking about, is actually the good news that we're hoping for. It has made a slight turn towards the north, and we'll continue to see that slight turn, hopefully a more deliberate turn toward the north, away from the coastline. Let's take a look outside right now, show you what's going on. Actually, very nice outside. We are seeing some humid conditions and some low-level clouds, but all in all, if you walked outside, you would not think we're seeing a hurricane, but do not let today's conditions fool you, because by tomorrow at this time, we could be seeing some hurricane-like conditions. Take a look right now at what's going on across the satellite picture, and you can see we are seeing just some low clouds around the area, but just down to our south and east, you can see what's going on. Hurricane Floyd right down there, just on the doorstep of the Florida coast, and you can see already some clouds from the storm making their way onshore down towards Miami and down towards West Palm Beach as well. Doppler 4.0 does show a little banding effect right here. Northeasterly winds bringing in some showers just off the coast now. Will they make it on the coast? About a 30% chance of us seeing some showers today, and then later on this afternoon, we'll continue to see Floyd. Here it is right here, just the first premonitions of it making its way towards our area now. We're going to watch this storm very closely. It is, of course, a very dangerous storm. The sheer size of it alone makes it so dangerous. We saw Hurricane Andrew rake just past Miami. This storm, 3 times the size of Andrew and just as powerful. That's why the storm is so dangerous. Just off the coast, and it's going to continue to make its way west-northwest now. Take a look at it. Very defined eye as well. You can see all the oranges and reds associated with it. Just a tremendous storm. And again, it is making its way towards the area. Here are the latest information as of 5 a.m. this morning. 25.1 north, 75.9 west, 275 miles east-southeast of Miami, Florida. Moving to the west-northwest at 14. All day yesterday, it was making its way towards the west. Now again, with that northerly component, we are looking for that to continue and hopefully make its way up and away from us. But right now, winds are at 155 miles per hour, and hurricane force winds extend some 125 miles from the center. That's the problem we're looking at. The barometer now 27.37, 927 millibars. Because of its direction, we are seeing hurricane warnings in effect from Florida City all the way up just south of the Brunswick area, so that includes the entire Florida coastline, the entire east coast of Florida, and then from Brunswick to the north up towards the North Carolina border, we're seeing hurricane watches. Would not be surprised to see those into warnings later on into this afternoon to the north of Brunswick as well. Very powerful storm. Once again, here is the track and the projected path of Hurricane Floyd, and we're going to continue to watch it. By tomorrow, by later on into this afternoon, it'll be just to the north and east of Miami. It'll make its way up the coast, and by Wednesday, either Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon, it'll be just off our coast. The question is, how far off the coast? 20 to 100 miles is the projected path right now. If it's 100, we could see some hurricane force winds here around the city, but not much to the west. If it comes closer to that, we could be talking about hurricane force winds as far west as possibly Live Oak, even down into Gainesville. We're going to have to watch this storm again very, very closely. What's driving the storm? High pressure out towards the east. We're going to continue to see it working its way and helping to push Floyd towards the east. Floyd itself is actually helping to push itself towards the west, excuse me. What we're watching, though, is this frontal system. It is making its way very slowly towards the east. The problem here is, see the stationary front? It's beginning to build, and this cold front not making its way very fast at all. So the problem with that is, if Floyd moves too fast, it could come inland. Some models have it coming inland just south of Cape Canaveral. Some other models have it coming just off our coastline. Once again, about 20 to 100 miles off the coast. Definitely a storm to be reckoned with. What's going on across the nation now? Not a whole lot going on back towards the plains, but here is that storm system that we're hoping will push Brett towards the east. You can see the frontal system associated with it. Again, it is beginning to stall out now, and we need it to make its way towards the east to help push Floyd to the east as well. Not a whole lot of rain associated with it, and not a whole lot of rain today for most parts of Florida. By later on this afternoon, Miami will see some pretty good showers and some squally weather as well. We do have some, of course, the warnings are in effect down there. They could be seeing winds 45 to 50 miles per hour this afternoon. Floyd's not the only hurricane out there. This is Hurricane Gert, and we're going to continue to watch Gert make its way towards the west as well. Another powerful hurricane, 105 miles per hour now. It has been increasing. It's at 16.7 north, 43.9 west, 1,155 miles east of the Leeward Islands, moving to the west-northwest at 15, and right now it's at 970 millibars. It continues to make its way towards the area and follow a similar path to Floyd. So we're not out of the woods. Even if this one passes, we've got another one right behind it. Your marine forecast for today. This is going to be interesting over the next couple of days. Today, the tide's not such a big deal. High tide around 12:29 p.m. Tomorrow's high tide, definitely a big deal. It falls around 12 to 1 o'clock as well. That's going to be a problem if we do see Floyd in the area. We could be dealing with some major flooding around many parts of the area. For today, we will see some clouds out there, partly to mostly cloudy skies, humid, about a 30% chance of rain. Again, very windy, up to 25 to 40 miles per hour from the northeast. Temperatures today around 85. Again, tomorrow will be the day, and later on into tonight and into tomorrow, we could be seeing hurricane force winds around the area. Very dangerous storm, and of course, we'll continue to keep you updated on it right here at News Channel 4. Joe?
The military is taking precautions and preparing for the worst. The Florida National Guard is moving planes to safer.
Right now, still at 155 miles an hour. Pressure down to 927 millibars. It is moving to the west-northwest. Overnight, it was staying to the west. Now it is starting to make a little bit of a northwest jog, and more of a northwest jog is expected throughout the day today, and that is some good news because that keeps the eye of the hurricane anywhere from 30 to 60 miles to the east of the entire coast of Florida. Let's take a look at Doppler 12,000. I wanted to show you just a few isolated showers that we have out there.
Maybe, again, not quite the punch that he once had as he continues on this track. What track has he been on? Boy, it just doesn't get any clearer than this. It has just been straight on off toward the west here over the last, say, 24 to 48 hours, and now over recent times you can just barely see a slight turn toward the north, and it will be from here that the question is it more like that, or does the track again take more of a path directly in toward the state of Florida up the coast like that? Obviously, 50 miles makes a huge difference, and that's the reason why we don't know specifically how much intensity we're going to see right here on the first coast. I would point out that if you live west of Jacksonville, yeah, it's looking a little bit better for you at this point. Again, the latest coordinates there at the bottom of your screen. We'll have more on that coming up. Hurricane warning hasn't changed, folks, from Florida City down to the south all the way up to Brunswick, Georgia. Hurricane watch north of Savannah. That'll change because, again, as Floyd continues to make this track toward the coast, he's going to get caught right up there between those two areas of low pressure. And then once he gets to about this position, boy, he's just going to take off up toward the north here in a pretty huge way, and as he does so, he should accelerate right on through the mid-Atlantic states over the next day or two. High pressure in charge for now, but it's going to weaken rapidly, allowing for the turn for Floyd to make over the next 24 hours. Well, again, seas offshore are going to be huge here. Small craft advisory, forget all about that. You just need to realize that the winds will be blowing out of the north here rather rapidly, and the key number over the next couple of days is this one right down here. High tide coming up here this afternoon around 12:30, and again a low tide in the early morning hours. I didn't get a chance to show you that 4-day forecast. Sorry about that. Bottom line is, if you live downtown, I really think the highest winds we'll see in the Jacksonville area will be about 40 to 50 miles an hour. Out toward Lake City, 10 to 20, 25 tops if we get a rain band through you. And if you live along the coast, don't need to tell you there, hurricane warning in effect because you could see hurricane force winds coming up sometime tomorrow. We'll have some more on the 4-day forecast. Promise you that coming up here in a few minutes. Back to Joyce and Joe.
Thanks. 6:19 now. If you're making preparation for
are moving closer to the Palm Beach area and also into South Florida. Hurricane warning in effect for the entire first coast up until just south of Brunswick, and then we have a hurricane watch to the Brunswick, to the north of Brunswick. 40 to 20 mile an hour winds can be expected. 40 mile an hour winds will get there probably in the afternoon. We're going to be seeing the weather deteriorate over the next 24 hours. Temperatures not really needing to worry about them. They'll try to warm up into the middle 80s. There's a 30% chance of storms through the first half of the day, although the storms will probably increasing and we'll most likely see some squall lines come through late tonight as the hurricane could be as close as 25 miles just to the east of the Jacksonville Beach area. The brunt of the storm will come in late tonight and through the day on Wednesday. So throughout the day on Wednesday is when we'll see the effects of Hurricane Floyd, and certainly some strong winds tonight. We'll have more on Floyd and look at our local weather in just a few more minutes. Phil?
All right. Thank you, Jennifer. A few moments ago, we mentioned